Guys, Solana is going absolutely crazy, breaking into all-time highs. We're going to talk in this video about my price targets, what I'm doing next, what I'm looking at for the next trade, and how I'm going to trade this. When am I going to sell? When am I going to take profits? When am I going to exit? When is this bull run going to finish, right? Are we just getting started in the bull run? Are we coming to the end of the bull run? Nobody knows, right? So we're going to look into the details, and as always, we're going to trade just as the data tells us to trade, right? We're not going to get emotional. We're not going to trade off euphoria or despair. I literally trade with the data and I trade the levels. So yeah, breaking out into all-time highs, $267 today, guys. We made an absolute killing on the long trade, so big up if you caught that. We longed Solana down here. You can see entry price 189, almost 289, so nearly up $100 from that long trade. Big ups if you caught the video, and we also long Trump, by the way, so you probably saw my video on Trump recently. I've done a live stream on my Twitter yesterday. Insane gains on that. It was like, I think it was up like 12x or something at one point today. So just have a quick look back at this video that I posted. So I posted this, Bitcoin is dumping, what I'm doing now. So have a quick look at this. And just to refresh, we'll have a quick look and you'll see why I took this trade. And the SMC bot actually helps us know where to take long positions, and it's so accurate. And I literally said where the price was going to bounce, and it bounced from that exact price. It's below the price that we took some profits off the table. Okay, so we've already won, we can't lose, we made colossal amounts of money, and it's coming back to the weekly again, right? We're getting so close to this weekly, guys, on a lot of these altcoins. See how we rallied. Where did we come back to? We came back to the weekly. We test, we held above, we pushed to the upside. The SMC weekly is curving around like this. We're coming back to it. This is where I would expect to bounce. Test, push to the upside. Now, what's happening in the next few weeks? We have the Trump inauguration. So not only are we coming back to a level that we know we historically pump off, we have the Trump inauguration approaching, and we have the Solana ETF 2 days after that inauguration. 2 days after we have the Solana ETF. Is this a massive shakeout from those who know that the ETF is about to get approved? Is this a massive shakeout from everybody trying to shake retail out? Are institutions and funds trying to get very cheap prices? This is what they do a lot of the time. They'll sell and sell and sell to create a market scare, to create a market shakeout, and then they'll buy, right? So how crazy would it be if everyone is getting bearish right now on socials, and then in a week's time we have Trump dropping all sorts of bullish crypto news and crypto regulations, and then we have a Solana approval ETF? This would absolutely skyrocket to the upside. Okay, so I am going to be taking long positions depending on, so yeah, as you can see, guys, this SMC bot is absolutely phenomenal. We took the long positions down here, rallied to the upside, took long positions down here, absolutely rallied to the upside again. This bot, I literally swear by it, and it makes the bull run so easy. Look where it gave us a buy signal last cycle, buy signal on Solana, $2, and it done pretty much 100x off the back of that. Buy signal this cycle was around $23. So it's very hard at the time because you don't know if you're going lower, you don't know if you're in a bear market or a bull run. It's really hard, and there's a lot of, most people on socials will be bearish down here. I think Becca was calling for like a 5-year bear market down here. You know, there was a lot of people shorting Solana, but it snaps you out of that euphoria and despair. Most of the people in the bear market are going to be wrong. Most of the people in the bull run are going to be wrong. When you're in a bull run, they're going for higher prices. When you're in a bear market, they're going for lower prices. But the bot actually says, hey, something's changing here. The market is shifting, and we haven't had a sell signal all the way up, which is why I've held my Solana bags. We took some profits off the table around 190, so around 30% of my portfolio I took off because we'd made a colossal amount, but I still have 70% of my portfolio of Solana in the market, and I will have until we get a sell signal, right? There's no immediate threat until we have a sell signal, and for now these levels are so good to long. I mean, look how precise that level was, right? We literally called it to the T and ended up making even more on the long positions. Okay, so we ended up making like 361% on the long position. I took a little bit of profit off the table, but I'm still in this long position because I still think we have a lot more upside to come on Solana, and I have my spot bag. So I'm not buying more spot here because I don't think I can make a 10x or even a 5x on spot. So, but I am taking leverage positions at very key support levels, which I'll keep you guys posted about as I did on my YouTube video. So if you don't want to miss out on these videos, guys, like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of these going forward. So we broke into past our previous high, so we're in price discovery now, right? Sky's the limit. We've got no resistance. What happens when you break previous highs? There is no resistance above us, right? There is no key levels that we're looking out for really, apart from $500. That's going to be a very, very big psychological number, and a lot of people are talking about taking some profits off the table around 500. It makes perfect sense, right? It's a big psychological number. We're probably not going to plow straight through $500, but I think we are going to be able to get there. Okay, so $500 is the next psychological target. We are breaking into price discovery. We do want to see this weekly close above, and I think it is going to close. The candle closes in 8 hours and 27 minutes. Okay, so it's not confirmed until we close above, but considering we pushed all the way up to 296, obviously it's going to be a little bit of a rejection around $300. We pushed all the way through. I would be surprised if this candle doesn't close above the previous high in the next few hours. If it doesn't, we know there's huge bullish catalysts coming for Solana via the Trump establishment, right? Especially with Trump launching his meme coin on Solana. Okay, there's in my opinion, when the markets open up on Tuesday, we're going to see a lot of institutional money coming into Solana, and maybe a lot of sell pressure from Ethereum coming onto Solana too. Look at the RSI on the weekly, completely oversold, has so much room to push. If you look at the last time it was oversold down here at 127, it pushed all the way up to 264. It's still oversold now, even with this pump. So there is a lot of room to go, and it's actually crossing over here and flipping bullish. So are we about to see a very big weekly rally on the RSI over the next few days or weeks? Okay, we can clearly see that there's a lot of buy pressure coming in here, and the buy pressure is increasing. So not only do we have the breakout, we have the volume to back it up, we have the RSI oversold, and we bounced off our weekly key support that we talked about. So it's the perfect setup for Solana right now, and I do think we're about to see a lot more upside as we go into the next few days and weeks. The ETF final day is still yet to be approved. I believe it's in 4 days. So are we going to see that ETF get approved? And if we do, we're going to see so many inflows, because Grayscale don't have billions of dollars to sell off like they did with Ethereum and they did with Bitcoin on the ETF approval. So it might actually be a buy the news event. So I'm still very bullish on Solana. When am I going to sell? Very simple, guys. I'm not going to try and guess the top. I'm not going to trade with my feelings. A lot of people... Just a couple of weeks ago, everyone was so bearish down here, right? When people see red candles, this is how human emotions work. They see red candles and they get very, very bearish. When things are going down, they get bearish, they want to sell. And then when things are pumping, they get bullish and they want to buy back in. And they're like, oh, why did I sell, right? So I don't like to trade with emotions. I don't like to see red, oh, bearish, green, bullish. This is why we were talking about this key support here, and I said if we do close below this on the weekly, yes, it's going to be bearish, but until we close below, we still want a buy signal from the SMC bot. Okay, we're still sitting on a buy from $23. We've not had a sell all the way up, and when we do get a sell, I am going to panic. I am going to take some profits off the table, because if this SMC trend line moves up like this, it's probably going to be the bull run trend line. Okay, if you saw last cycle, there was this trend line, and it happens with, if you look at the stock market, it happens in the stock market as well. There's a few different trend lines that I'm looking at in the stock market, and when we start to close on the weekly below these, we're going to get a sell signal from the SMC bot, and then I'm going to be very, very concerned, and I'm probably going to sell, even if I think we might see more upside, or let's say there's bullish catalyst coming. I'll probably sell everything when we close below this bull run trend line. When is that going to be? Nobody knows, but at least we have some sort of support level that we can trade as this goes up. Very, very key level to watch. And if we look here, so I posted the buy signal around 23.94. By the way, if you want to see my buy and sell alerts, guys, there's a link to join my Discord below. You can see here 23.94 entry, sell alert 190. Took 30% off of Solana. Hadn't sold any all the way up. So I sold 30% to the USDC retirement bag. Still have 70% left for the leg up to $500. It's going to be fascinating to see if we time this. If 500 to the top and we end up selling our bag, then we literally brought the bottom and the top this cycle, which would be which would be bonkers. It's very hard to do in crypto, to buy the bottom and sell the top, and you know, we might hit it. We might hit it. You know, 500 is going to be a big number to watch. Price targets going forward. Where can it reach? Okay, so 23.94 is where we got in. If you put $1,000 in, you're currently sitting on $11,000. Okay, so if you put $1,000 in when I posted the buy alert in Discord, this is currently what you're on. $10,000, obviously you're on $110,000. Why am I showing you this, guys? Because money makes money. Last cycle, I was trading with $1,000, and I was spending 2 years, 3 years turning it into 10,000, which was a lot of money to me at the time. I was just trying to get a deposit for a mortgage, and 10,000 now is what I'm investing into things, and 10,000 returns 110,000, which really changes the game. So if it's your first cycle, you're probably trading with smaller amounts. The next cycle, you're probably trading with 10x more. The next cycle, you want to be trading with 10x more. I'm tracking a lot of smart money who are trading with millions, right? So if they put $1 million into that trade that I posted, they would be on $11 million. So just off my buy alert, they would be today on $11 million, and hopefully that's where I'll be next cycle when I aim to buy the bottom and buy the top, right? I want to be investing. I don't have $1 million to ape into high risk altcoins. I'll be trading with hundreds of thousands next cycle into low risk plays like Solana, like Render was a low risk play, right? We've done 25x on that. So where can this price go from here? So let's say you put in $1,000, the price target reaches 500, 20 grand from $1,000 investment is not too bad, right? That's the thing I love about crypto. You can only lose $1,000 if you took that buy alert. You can only lose 1,000. Hey, I don't care if I lose $1,000. It's not a huge amount of money. I can make it back in a month or 2 months. You know, if I'm working a normal job, for example. And if I put in 10,000, which is a lot, it would have been 208,000 if we hit our price target, right? So money makes money again. You can only lose 1,000, or even if you put in $100, you could only lose $100. But if it hits the price target, you'd have made around $2,000 off your $100 investment. And that $2,000 can generate you a lot more to have bigger plays into other projects in the bear market, right? So not bad returns, not bad returns. Can it go to 1,000? Yes. So if it goes to $1,000, this would be my very, very bull case. I wouldn't hold it past $1,000. If it goes to $1,000, $1,000 would have returned 41,000, okay, and $10,000 would have returned 417,000. So we're getting into some very serious gains. A 40x on a low risk play that I only wanted to make 10x from anyway. My target for Solana was 10x, and I've already achieved that. Okay, so anything extra now is just bonuses. These long trades are bonuses, and you know, my spot bags are just bonuses right now. Okay. For getting in today is a very different story, right? So it's 266 today. In my opinion, it's for whales, guys. So if you're a whale, we're seeing a lot of whales put in millions of dollars, but they're only trying to make a 2 or 3x, right? And it's a lower risk play for them than going into an altcoin or going into a degen market cap token. So if they sold at 500, they'd make like around a 2x. And then if they sold at $1,000, they would make just shy of a 3x. Okay, so that's kind of the targets that a lot of the whales are looking at. And if we look at the comparison to Ethereum, now I think Solana could potentially flip Ethereum, maybe even this year if we see if we see an ETF approval, if we see a Solana altcoin fund, which Trump has talked about before. That altcoin fund doesn't sound so crazy anymore, does it, guys? After he launched a meme coin, it almost sounds certified. An altcoin fund for the American government almost sounds very low risk compared to him launching a meme coin in his own name, right? So this is almost certified to me that we're going to see some sort of altcoin fund. What would be crazy is if we see Trump meme coin added to that altcoin fund, right? That would be peak insanity, peak euphoria, and probably a good time to take some profits off the table as well. So if Solana reaches Ethereum's market cap today, so this is what Ethereum is priced at today, the price would be $835 for Solana. Okay, so not far off our bull case target. That's if it matches its current price today. And Ethereum is slow, expensive. I don't like it. I never invested in it. I bought Solana over Ethereum. I do dabble with Ethereum altcoins, so I had to have some Ethereum floating around to buy altcoins. I was dabbling with some NFTs as well, which obviously you need to have some Ethereum. But I don't like it. I don't think it's going to make it. It's slow, expensive. It's full of whales. Whales are holding it up right now. Some of the Ethereum tokens. One thing I will say about Ethereum is a lot of the tokens hold up better than the Solana tokens because there is more investors. It's more of an investment mentality on Ethereum. There's gas fees, which limits a lot of the retail from getting in to a lot of the DEX projects, whereas Solana, there's pretty much no fees. You've got all sorts of trading bots and profit-taking bots that are just flying, which are harder to do on Ethereum because of the gas fees. So it has its pros on that side of things, but I don't think it's enough to compete against faster and cheaper, right? What do we know about businesses? Uber wiped out taxis, faster, cheaper. Airbnb didn't wipe out hotels, but you know it's damaged hotels because it's faster, cheaper. Normally faster, cheaper is going to win, right? Nothing that's slow and expensive is going to win, and it doesn't appear to be there's any solution. Vitalik has been selling Ethereum. He's not been doing a good job. Now he recently called out and said that he's looking for someone else to lead with the mission. It's not looking good for Ethereum, and I am going to short this into the bear market. Does it mean it's going anywhere? No, guys. I think we're still going to see Aave and Chainlink and all these projects stay around. I think Ethereum will probably be used for larger transactions in the long run. So like buying houses, no better chain to do a house transition than Ethereum. Maybe we'll see it on BTC at one point, but Ethereum security is second to none. And if I was to buy a house on chain, I would want to do it on Ethereum. So it does have its use case. And who's going to care about paying a $60 gas fee or a $100 gas fee if you're buying a house that's, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars and you want to have it on a blockchain? You probably want that transaction on ETH. And you wouldn't have any issues with transferring 300,000 or 400,000 on chain, right? With Ethereum. You wouldn't even have it on Solana, but Solana has gone down a few times. Ethereum's not gone down anytime recently. So I think it's not going anywhere. I think we're going to see a slow fizzle out of interest as the whales give up. People had a really terrible cycle. Like some of the guys are on a 2x, you know, from their initial entries. And for 4 years, you don't want to sit on a 2x, right? It's horrendous when you've watched Solana just go up 20x, and you know you've watched Sui go up. You know, we got into Sui. I think we're up. How much are we up on? So we got in at 0.85. So we're up over 10x on Solana. We're up over 6x or 7x on Sui. We were up over 25x or 30x on Casper. So 3 layer ones we got into have just massively outperformed Ethereum and probably done more gains than it will do in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. I don't think it's ever gonna come back. If Solana reaches Ethereum's all-time high, the price would be 1,175. Okay, so in my opinion, we've got a lot of interest coming into Solana right now, but it is kind of labeled the meme coin chain. It does need to focus on utility. It does need those utility elements. The Trump coin might be good for Solana because all the JEETs and paper hands that are selling and taking profits right now, I think they're going to lose. I think they're going to lose out. I mean, obviously they've made some gains already, but I don't think a lot of them are going to sit into this Trump coin if it pushes up to 50, 60, 70 billion market cap. I think it's actually going to be a lot of the Ethereum holders who came onto Solana and a lot of the investors and long-term holders who understand that this Trump coin isn't just another pump and dump, right? It's a long-term play. We don't know what kind of marketing's coming out for this, what kind of talk Trump's going to be doing about it. We don't know if it's going to be videos or campaigns or some sort of utility. We don't know, right? But we know there's a lot of clever people behind it who don't want it to go down 60% or 90%. So I don't have any doubts that there is some really top level marketing campaigns and a lot of support from Coinbase and Binance and a lot of the exchanges, because those guys want to support Trump because they don't want any backlash from the regulators or the SEC. They want an easy ride. How do we get an easy ride? Let's just support everything Trump does. So I think a lot of people are going to get wrecked on this. I saw a lot of people are shorting this Trump token. I think they're going to get wrecked, and I think a lot of them are so used to trading Solana meme coins that they're not used to investing in stuff, right? They're used to, I made a 2x, I'm getting out. And, you know, the fundamentals for that are crazy to be shorting, but it is what it is. So can it hit 1,175? Yes. Is it likely? I mean, this would be extreme bull case. My short-term target would be $500. I wouldn't be surprised if we push past $500, given what's upcoming, but everything changes with data and updates, right? So if we see a Solana ETF approved and we see a Trump altcoin fund with XRP and Solana, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes over $1,000, right? An altcoin fund that the US government is accumulating of Solana is potentially, like, we're looking at the future of Web3, right? This might be the go-to chain for Web3 in the future, and we might see Web2 companies start to integrate with this. We might see more payment infrastructures, right? We don't know, right? We're living in the now, we're living in the moment. We don't know what's coming in the future, but if we can kind of see those things happening, we can understand roughly where price is going to go. So that's it for now, guys. What's your price predictions for Solana? Don't forget, these price predictions, everything I talk about in this video is my own personal opinion. You should always do your own research. Investing in crypto is highly risky and you can lose all your money in crypto. So this is just my strategy. This is just what I do. I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. But I'm happy with how this cycle's played out so far, okay? I'm happy with the gains I've made on Solana. If this crashes to zero, I already hit my 10x. You know, I don't think it's going to crash to zero. I'm just saying, guys, it's been an insane bull run already, and I think if this starts to go up to $500 or $1,000, I'm probably going to sell everything, right? Even if it doesn't come back to the support, I mean, the smarter play would be wait till you get the sell signal from the SMC bot, because when you get that sell signal, in my opinion, it's probably going to be the end of the bull run, okay? And on altcoins, maybe not for Bitcoin if we see a strategic reserve, but on altcoins, I think everything's going to crash and come down just as it does every 4 years. And it's just, if we push up to 500, 1,000, I don't really care where it finishes. I've made a 20x, you know, and I put large amount of money in down here at $23. It's been a life-changing amount. You know, even the 30% I sold at 10x was huge. And I've still got 70% of my bags in here. I've got long positions on. I'm not going to be too greedy, right? Pigs get slaughtered. I'm not going to be too greedy. I'm going to long support. I'm going to short. I'm not going to short. I'm just going to long support. And then if we come down and break through this, I'm going to short Solana. And if we break through this, we should be breaking it on a lot of other altcoins as well, right? Not just Solana. See on the weekly from Sui, see we had the buy signal down here from the SMC bot on Sui. I think Sui is also going to ride along this trend line. It's on its own trend line right now, but I think it's potentially going to run up like this. If we draw a line here, see the weekly's curving around. I think we're going to bounce off this, and then until proven otherwise, right? Until proven otherwise, when we break below, I short and I sell my Sui and I take profit. So I'm not trying to time it. Oh, when is the market? When's the market? There's loads of different opinions. I mean, look how many people on socials were bearish last week, right? Humans see red candles, they get bearish, they start to short. They see green candles, they get bullish, they start to buy, right? It's about trying to time. It's about buying the fear and selling the greed in the trend. The trend is your friend until the end. And when that trend switches, I'm switching into short mode, okay? I'm taking profits on everything and shorting into going into short mode. But I don't see it right now, okay? I do see a lot of euphoria. I do see a lot of interest, but I don't see these key levels being broken. Going to be an interesting one when the stock market opens up on Tuesday. So let's see how the stock market reacts. Could be bullish. Trump's going to be president. Who knows what he's going to say at the inauguration, but it's kind of cool that the markets aren't open on Monday, because we're going to be able to watch the inauguration and we're going to be able to see if he talks about market sentiment or market plans or tax cuts or tax reductions. And if he does, there's going to be a lot of FOMO on Tuesday when the market's open. There's going to be a lot of people possibly trying to buy this Trump meme coin and possibly trying to buy Solana. In fact, I think it's very high likelihood that a lot of people are going to be trying to buy Solana on Tuesday when the market's open again. That's it for now, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest. Until then, I will catch you in the next one.